Good afternoon, everyone. Happy Thursday. Welcome to your 12 p.m. stretch break. For today, you'll just need a mat or the carpet floor that you have at home or wherever you are will work. All right, so let's get started. So we're going to take a seat on the ground. I will actually face you so you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to crisscross our legs. We're just going to reach in front of us. We're just going to feel this stretch through the low back. So just reaching out in front, and I want you to walk it over to your right side. And just hold this position just for a few more seconds, and then we're going to do something a little different. So from here, I want you to just kind of slide those hands up, and I just want you to twist that upper body. So your left hand is going to come to the right side or to the outside of the right leg. And again, sitting up tall and just feeling that stretch throughout your torso, or that, the kind of main part of you. And I want you to come back to center, and I want you to reach out in front of you again. Again, just that same low back stretch that we started with in the beginning. And now I want you to walk it over towards your left. So keeping those shoulders square to the floor. And just feeling that stretch off to the right side of your low back. If you were on your left side, then you would be, or if your hands were over on the right side, you'd be feeling that stretch in your left. All right, slide those hands up and sitting up, and now bringing that hand or that arm to the outside of the left leg. And again, twisting that torso. Nice job. All right, so we're going to come onto hands and knees. So we're going to make sure our hands are directly underneath our shoulders, and our hips or our knees are directly underneath our hips, shoulder width apart. I want you to cat-cow stretch. So cat, arching your back, feeling that stretch right between the shoulder blades. And then I want you to cow. So cow means that you are pushing that spine down, kind of putting a little arch in your back, or a reverse arch in your back. All right, go back to cow. So again, really feeling that stretch between the shoulder blades. Really pressing, making sure we are purposely kind of bringing those shoulder blades apart. And then go back to cow. And we are going to do one last one. I want you to cat again. Still trying to keep your knees directly underneath your hips. And your hands are directly underneath your shoulders. And cow one last time. All right, so I'm going to provide a couple of options for this next one because one may not be doable for the other. So for your left leg, I want you to bring your left leg forward and that you have that 90 degrees in your in the leg in front, and I want you to lean forward or push that your hip forward so you feel that stretch through here. So that's option one. Otherwise, option two is that you have that left leg in front, but we're going pigeon stretch, and that leg behind you would be a little bit more straight. So you could either rest your hands on your knee and your foot, or you could rest it onto the floor, or you could come down to your elbows. Nice job. All right, so let's switch and do the other side. So again, right leg is going to be in front of you at 90 degrees. You're going to push that hip forward, feeling that stretch through the leg that's extended behind you, so feeling that in front. So again, when you think like you're sitting and you feel that stretch where that bend of your hip is. Otherwise, you could go to pigeon stretch and just kind of turning that leg in front. This one is a little more challenging just because it does require a little more flexibility within that hip in order to allow that leg to turn and feel comfortably. But you have those two options to work with. All right, so I want you to come out of that, still sitting down, or I want you to sit on your bottom. And I just want you to sit with your legs in front of you. And so let's do a hamstring stretch. So either reaching for calf, ankle, or toes, whichever one is doable for you. And I want you to hold. And if you can pull your toes towards you, assuming that it's comfortable for you, it might feel a little discomfort just because you're feeling some pull in the back of that lower leg. But remember, this is a stretch break, so we want a little bit of a stretch. You could even draw your toes towards you without necessarily pulling on them. But also feeling that stretch through the back of your hamstrings or the back of your upper leg. Nice job. All right, so from there, we are going to take that right foot, we are going to bring it into the inside of that left leg, and I just want you to reach with one hand, and if you want, with your right, you just reach over. So feeling that stretch through your back, but also through the inside part of your thigh, so we're double duty. We're taking care of two things at the same time. Nice job. All right, so we're going to switch legs. So we're now going to bend that left leg with that inside foot, resting up against the inside of that right leg or right thigh. Reach with your right hand and then reach over with your left. Oh, this side's a lot tighter for me today. You can definitely tell by the lack of flexibility. It's one thing that you start to discover where you might notice that, one side is a little better than the other. Sometimes your dominant side tends to be a little better versus the other side, but if you were me, it's always the opposite. All right. Okay, so for the next one, we're just going to change to a kneeling position, and we are going to interlock our hands, place it back behind our head, and I want you to push your elbows back and push your head back into your hands, feeling that stretch through the front of that upper body. Just make sure that we're breathing. Nice job. All right, so from here, this one might be a little challenging. So option one is that it's very similar to what we just did with that hand over and just reaching. So feeling that stretch through your back, but I'm going to include just a little bit of that core stretch. So when I reach, I'm just going to slightly angle myself back, and I'm going to take my free hand and I'm going to rest it on the back of that same ankle. So if it's that right hand is going to just slightly reach back, grabbing the right ankle, and my left hand is kind of overhead, but again, I'm slightly tilted back. And again, not necessarily to the side. All right, so let's switch. So again, reaching over to the right, but if I take my free hand, my left hand, and I rest it on the back of my left ankle, if you have a chair, that would work a lot better too. But I just want you to slightly tilt that left shoulder back, and again, feeling that stretch through kind of that front part of your core. It's definitely a unique stretch, but like I said, easier with the chair. You could just rest your arm on the chair. All right, so come out of that for me. All right, next, take your hand and place it on the flat of your back, like you're trying to pat yourself on the back, and grab that left elbow with your right hand, and feeling that stretch through the back of your tricep, which is the back of your upper arm. Nice job. All right, so let's switch. So now patting yourself on the back with the opposite arm that you have not done. So even if it's your right hand or your left, and just grabbing that elbow. Nice job. All right, so the next one we are going to do is going to be our stretch through the front of that arm. So we're going to extend that left hand or that left arm straight out. We're going to pull on our palm. So right hand is going to grab the left palm, and that arm is straight. So stretching out the top of that forearm into the biceps. And then we're going to flip that hand over, and now we're going to grab the back of that left hand with the fingers pointing straight down, just so we feel that stretch through the top of the forearm in a different way. So again, if we do a lot of typing and we feel a lot of tightness in our wrist, we need to stretch those muscles out just so we don't get carpal tunnel. Nice job. All right, so let's switch in. Right hand out or right arm out. Left hand is going to grab the right palm. Nice job. All right, flip it over. So now my left hand is going to grab the back of my right with my fingers pointing straight down. All right, so to finish off, you can stay kneeling. If you want to stand, you can stand. I just like to take that bend out of my hip since I sit in a chair more often. So let's do our next stretch. So we're going to bring right ear to the right shoulder, and we're going to just gently grab that left side of our head with our right hand. It's optional if you want to extend that left hand just to feel that stretch. And again, gentle. Excellent job. Let's go other side. So left hand is going to grab the outside of the right part of the head. bringing that left ear closer to the left shoulder and extend. All right, so now we're going to bring that chin and we're going to look over to our right shoulder. So try to see if you could get your chin to line up with your right shoulder. Like we're looking for traffic. We're looking in our blind spot. All right, bring that chin back to center and now move it towards the left. So try to look over your left shoulder. Nice job. All right, great job, everyone. So just to let you know that for tomorrow we have cardio circuit in the morning. That is here in person. Otherwise, have a great day. There is a Eat Well, Be Well week 3. That is tomorrow at 8 o'clock. All right. Hope you could join. Have a great day. Bye, everyone.